Hey guys, Brad from RotoHeat.com back at another 2020 player outlook. This time we're talking Jarvis Landry, wide receiver, Cleveland Browns. And if you've been enjoying all this amazing content we're giving you over here on YouTube, go to RotoHeat.com. We've got ADP, rankings, even more in-depth articles on specific players. We've got everything for your fantasy football needs.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
The 2020 outlook on Jarvis Landry is that of mystery, of unknown. You know, in his time, since his rookie season, so 5 seasons since his rookie season, he's never had under 100 targets. He's never had less than 976 yards. He's also never had a surgically repaired hip to try to play on. This year is one of those years that Jarvis Landry is just going to make people wonder what could be. We now, just like last year, if you were with the Roto Heat family last year, we talked a lot about there's a lot of mouths to feed. That's no less true this year, and it's actually even more true with the addition of a guy like Austin Hooper. You now have Odell, Hooper, Nick Chubb, Higgins, Kareem Hunt. I mean, that's a lot of mouths to feed, and Kevin Stefanski brings a high-powered offense that could absolutely support, 2 receivers, a tight end, possibly even 2 tight ends with Njoku, a running back, but that's everybody's healthy. Now, we know Odell's has had trouble. We know Jarvis Landry obviously has something that he's working his way back from with the hip. There is potential for this to be a heavy 2 tight end set offense because we know Stefanski loves that 11 personnel. He loves to have multiple tight ends on the field. So the concern's going to be is what does that look like for targets to the receivers? Now, everybody trusts Jarvis, and Jarvis is going to be good long term, but for your redraft 2020 this year, he's one of those guys that Sully, if you've listened to Sully's 2 cents, our Rob Sullivan loves Jarvis Landry, and even he is fading him in redraft. We want to see what happens, and we're not going to take him too early because although he is an amazing receiver, Jarvis Landry, if you watch this, is an amazing receiver. I will reiterate that. But if we're looking at 2020 in a vacuum, there's some pause for concern. There's some things that we need to see how it goes for him, especially with the way the league is going to be this year. Can he bounce back? Does he bounce back quick enough to really be a wide receiver 2 every year? Now, we do know that he's never finished below wide receiver 31 in PPR. So that being said, he's got a lot of opportunity to still be a nice wide receiver 3. So when you get to that point, when you're looking at your kind of, if you haven't drafted your wide receiver 2 and you're kind of getting the back end of the wide receiver 2 tier, I'm not upset if you take Jarvis Landry there because there's still opportunity, and in theory, he should get more than 100 targets. Baker Mayfield, a little bit more mature, a little bit more developed. He should have a good percentage of catches the targets, percentage of catches. Jarvis Landry normally does a good job catching. Looking at statistically speaking, he typically has, upper 60s to 70% catch rate. Now, we know the last 2 years has been a little down, 60 and 54%, but before that, he was never below 66%. So, been a couple years down. Obviously, we can correlate that to a young quarterback, a developing offense. So do we see Jarvis get back to catching 68, 69, 70% of the balls thrown his way? If that happens, he's probably getting, 70 to 85 receptions. Probably somewhere close to 1,000 yards and probably somewhere in the 4 to 7 touchdowns. That's nice wide receiver 2 numbers. That's going to give you good value in your redraft league this year. That being said, be cautious. Don't buy too early because you don't want to overpay to get a guy who could be hurt and working his way back from a hip injury that we're not terribly sure he's going to bounce back quickly from, especially with the way things have gone. So just be careful. We say that here at Roto Heat, don't overpay. Don't sell yourself short. You can still wait. There's plenty of talented wide receivers. If you have to overpay to get him, then let somebody else take that chance. And you just grab another very talented guy and you'll be fine either way. So that being said, check out RotoHeat.com. Keep up to date with Sully's redraft rankings as well as the rest of the team. We have a live stream on redraft specifically Wednesday nights even now. Season hasn't started. We got you covered over here on YouTube.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.